So we've had the playing of the national anthem. And Chicago Stadium revs up. We're ready to go with the introductions tonight. Here's Ray Clay.
Now, tonight's lineup. First for the visiting Indiana Pacers, at forward from Texas, 6'10", LaSalle Thompson. From Auburn, at forward, 6'8", Chuck Person. At center from Kansas, 7'1", Greg Dreiling. 6'5" guard from Georgia, Vern Fleming. At guard from UCLA, 6'7", Reggie Miller. The Indiana Pacers are coached by Bob Hill, assisted by Bob Ostipka and Billy Knight. The trainer is David Craig.
Even though they dropped the ball game last night in Philadelphia, still with the best record in the NBA, 50-16. And as we mentioned, 30-3 on the home court, 25 straight wins for the Bulls here on the home court. As we prepare for our nightly dust run here in Chicago Stadium.
Right.
Little does Michael Jordan know he's about to run into a couple of very chic dressers.
Let him break out of this baby.
Yeah. We have him covered like you wouldn't believe.
Come on, Michael, you're waiting a long time here.
You know,
buddy.
Reds, we talk about him bringing that wheelbarrow with him. He could bring the wheelbarrow and the shovel tonight, and it wouldn't matter.
All right, we'll see if we can catch him here.
Chip Schaefer, the accomplice, loads him up. Check this out, MJ.
Catch this one out, MJ. You got it, baby. All right.
Can't dust us.
Can't
Red.
dust us. We got him. We got him.
The officials tonight assigned by the NBA, Bill Oakes, Joe DeRosa, and Ron Garrettson.
All right, this
Pippen going to the hoop, and Horace Grant collects the rebound. John Paxson for three. What a start.
Open the gates. Here we go.
Already $250 to charitables from True Value. This is Dreiling guarded by Cartwright. When Reggie Miller touches the ball, listen to the fans react. The pass tipped away. Paxson delivery to Jordan.
Bull powerhouse.
5-0 Bulls. Vern Fleming on the attack for the Pacers. Here's Thompson getting inside. Reggie Miller the rebound. A foul called before the shot. John Paxson with the game's first personal foul.
Number 5, John Paxson.
Oh, the Bulls, are they ready, huh? So far, anyway.
Yeah, great intensity here early. This is Fleming guarded by Paxson. Miller guarded by Pippen. Listen to the crowd with Miller handling the ball. Person for three. Long rebound into the corner. Pax hustles for the pickup. Here's Scottie Pippen blowing into the front court. Lost the ball to Reggie Miller. And now it's the Pacers back the other way. Miller finds Fleming. Fleming chased by Pippen to the baseline. Again, Person for three.
There it is. They can shoot the three also. Big time.
Person 35% from three-point range on the season. Indiana's a team about 34%. 15 to shoot. Cartwright picks it up against Dreiling. Jordan outside against Miller. Into Cartwright again. 6 on the clock. Cartwright is fouled by Thompson reaching in. 2 shots for Bill Cartwright.
2 of the guys you got to worry about. One of them is LaSalle Thompson. He draws his first one as Bill steps in strong. It'll be LaSalle Thompson, and when they come off the bench, Detlef Schrempf, Jimmy. 2 guys that really have to be alert.
In fact, when I look at this Indiana bench now, John, this is a deep club. Michael Williams has given them good play lately. Rick Smith's coming off the bench for them now.
You know, Michael Williams got a chance to play some quality starters minutes when Vern Fleming was hurt, and that is really paying off now.
Cartwright puts the Bulls up by 5. Making a 4-point lead. Jordan back to the hoop, and now making a 6-point lead. Against the press, Dreiling gives it up to Person. Here's Thompson on ahead to Fleming. Fleming advancing, off to Dreiling. He missed the dunk. Paxson comes out with it. John Paxson off the move to the top of the key. Finds Pippen. Pippen against Chuck Person. And the Bulls elect to stay out on the perimeter. Jordan looking low for Cartwright. Paxson with 8 to shoot. On the move against Miller. Pippen against Person. 4 on the clock. Scottie comes out. Shoots it right of the key.
Yes.
It's 11 to 3, and Bob Hill wants an early timeout. Make it a 20. The stadium roars to life. 9:35 for the quarter. And the Bulls open up an 8-point lead.
Oh boy, Bulls doing it all right off the tip, Jimmy. Scottie missed the shot. Pax followed with a 3, and they have really put the pressure on here defensively also. You know, we've seen... And Michael came down for a slam. He looked around, nobody there, and this is what we saw the day before the All-Star game when it was held here. Big-time poster play by MJ. This crowd is really revved up here.
You know, the Bulls and the Pacers may not be looking at this as if it were a playoff game, but you're right, these fans are.
The players are, too.
Yeah, I think they are, even though they say no. Miller working around a Thompson pick, and the Bulls double him. Now Person with the off-balance shot. Cartwright snaps it down. Out to Paxson. Pax ahead to Horace Grant. And an offensive foul on Horace Grant wipes out the hoop.
Chuck Person in the lane. The Bulls come off the rebound, though, and try to fire down court again.
Indiana Pacers, 1 out of 5 from the field. The Bulls 4 for 5 and leading by 8. Vern Fleming against Paxson. Outside, it's Miller looking in. Gets it into Thompson against Horace Grant. LaSalle Thompson on the turnaround. They've got big people they can put down on the post. Thompson is one of them. Now the Bulls put Michael Jordan in the post against Miller. Jordan with 12 to shoot. Over Miller. And the rebound to Person. Here's Fleming in on Paxson. Gets all the way, and Pippen blocks his shot out of bounds.
They do something really good, though. When Fleming goes to the hoop, Miller runs to the three-point lane, and so does Person. I mean, they just keep it spread pretty good. Everybody trying to block that shot.
Yeah, the Bulls had good coverage. Off the inbounds, a foul on Michael Jordan. The Bulls with 2 team fouls. Jordan has his first. 8:33 left to go in the quarter. Pacers with a ball in play. Dreiling. It's into Person, guarded by Jordan. Person spins and fires. Tough shot by Person. He's got 5, and the Pacers are within 4. Some of that early emotion for the Bulls wearing off. Scottie Pippen from the outside. Reggie Miller the rebound. Indiana with a chance to cut it to 2. There's Miller from the outside. It's a 3-try, and the long rebound to Jordan. Michael surveys the scene. Bounce pass ahead to Horace Grant.
Yes, sir. Michael just took his time on that. Let it set up.
Like waiting for your blockers, right? Yep. Here's Miller for 3 again, and that one shoots in the silencer.
I'm telling you, he runs right to the open spot. You got to pick him up quickly.
3-point lead for the Bulls. Scottie Pippen in on Person. Cartwright clears to take Dreiling with him, and Scottie with a finger roll. Nice play. Indiana down 5. Reggie Miller faking on Jordan. LaSalle Thompson against Grant. Now Miller again for 3. Reggie Miller with 2 in a row.
He's 2 for 3.
Last night they were 5 for 9 against Boston from 3-point country. It's a 2-point Bulls lead after the Bulls led by 8. Inside pass stolen by Indiana. Fleming brings it on the push in on Paxson, and the Pacers tie the game as Vern Fleming comes down.
They've done it with their defense too.
Michael Jordan guarded by Person. Jordan takes him inside. Came up short. Loose ball foul on Horace Grant. And a timeout taken. That's the second foul on Grant. Timeout with 6:38 left in the quarter. Indiana down 8 early. Back even at 15.
The guy said, Annie, you're a Pop Secret popcorn lover, so you should know we inspect our kernels for quality. That's why it always pops up so light and fluffy.
Pop Secret, perfect popcorn is our passion.
I'm developing a passion of my own.
Pop Secret sweepstakes, take 1.
Play the Pop Secret movie matchup. Win 20 grand and a trip to Hollywood. Or Paramount's 100 title great movies, great price video cassette library. Plus a TV and a VCR. No purchase necessary. Game ends 12/31/91. See special packages for rules.
The high school action is hot in Chicagoland, and nobody delivers it better than Preps Plus in the Chicago Tribune. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Preps Plus serves up the games, the players, and the plays that mean the most to you. High school's greatest hits, scores, and a way to keep track of the local sports scene. So dive into full-color coverage and get in the game. The high school game with Preps Plus, only in the Trib. For home delivery, call 1-800-TRIBUNE.
If you have one of these, or any of these, you'd better protect them with one of these. The SL Weber 7-outlet strip from True Value Hardware stores turns one receptacle into 7 grounded outlets with built-in surge and noise protection. Take home this SL Weber outlet strip for only $7.66 while supplies last during March at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Chicago Bulls and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Bulls.
Horace Grant got a nice little bounce pass from Michael a minute ago. Didn't break stride, went right through their defense and slammed it with the left hand. And now they've got 6 hoops, Jim. 3 are 3-point plays, but the other 3 are layups, so they've hit us with everything.
Inside and outside. Fleming against Paxson. Miller pressured by Jordan. Inside to Thompson over Grant. And Cartwright the rebound. The Bulls back looking for the lead. Allowed to Pippen. Oh! What a play that would have been. Horace with a follow, blocked, and Indiana away with the ball. Great play defensively. A blocking foul called on Pippen here. Indiana closing the door on the Bulls right at the basket. 14 fouls for the Bulls already. The Pacers with 1. Vern Fleming guarded by Paxson. Off the ball, a whistle. A foul against the Bulls.
Yeah, Scotty banging.
That's his second. The Bulls are over the limit.
You don't think the Bulls are going to get a little frustrated here, do you, by their intensity level being up?
Let's see who's on the free throw line here for the Pacers.
I thought it was Reggie Miller.
I did too, and apparently that's who it is. Miller, all he does is shoot 92% from the free throw line of the season.
He had 51 in a row, and then he missed 2 in a game. Got to start that streak again, but he's a good one.
Indiana on the run. They have taken the lead at 16-15 and 6:06 left. First quarter. Pacers in front by 2. Reggie Miller with 8. Pippen against pressure. To Grant. Now Michael Jordan all the way in on Person. So much for the Indiana press. Pacers back against the Bulls now. Reggie Miller into Thompson. Thompson guarded by Grant. 14 to shoot. Horace tips it away. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Thompson open. Great shooting by the Pacers. LaSalle Thompson with 4. Indiana leads it by 2. I'll tell you what, this has been some first quarter for the Pacers. They have withstood an emotional charge by the Bulls, and they're right there. Horace Grant against Thompson. Stolen by Miller. A pass into Jordan. Now I don't know who the fans are booing. Whether it's Reggie Miller or the Bulls' execution. Dreiling with 14 to shoot. On the drive, Thompson. Offensive foul on LaSalle Thompson. That's his second.
And it was good that that happened that way, Jimmy, because that ball went in the hole. It could have been a 3, and here comes Horace retreating back, and LaSalle Thompson runs over him. Coming in,
Shrimp,
who has got a very, very good shot, Jimmy, becoming the 6th man this year.
Averages 16 points a game. Indiana a 2-point lead and 5:07 left to go in the quarter. Paxson guarded by Fleming. Off the ball, a whistle. And a foul on Dreiling guarding Cartwright. Greg Dreiling with his first. 2 team fouls on the Pacers. Cliff Livingston getting ready to come on for the Bulls.
Comes from Horace.
Horace with 2 fouls. Pippen with 2 fouls. The Bulls bring it into Jordan. Here's Pippen closed off at the baseline. Kicks it out to Cartwright. Knocked away. Cartwright a pickup.
You got a shot if you want it, Bill.
Oh, if Bill would have stayed, Dreiling would have been illegal. Michael missing the outside shot and Dreiling the rebound. And now Fleming back. Over Paxson. Pacers by 4. Vern Fleming sticks it. And now this stadium crowd, which was so alive early, very quiet, they start to rev up a little bit as the Pacers have taken a 4-point lead. Paxson around the screen of Livingston. Rebound to Person. Here's Person. Walk with the ball, trying to take up slack on Scottie Pippen. And now Rick Smits and Michael Williams come in for Indiana. Dreiling and Fleming go out.
Fleming did an outstanding job of running the ball cup and getting it up the court. This guy can do the same, Williams.
Paxson works against Williams. Pippen against Person. Eight on the shot clock, and the Bulls still on the perimeter with the ball. Livingston. Boy, that's not the shot you want, but Cliff came through. They run it to Person. He lost it out of bounds. 2 turnovers in a row for Chuck Person. 3:44 left in the quarter. The Bulls with a chance to tie after leading early 11-3. Pippen with Person nowhere around him. Cartwright out front against Smits. Scottie Pippen guarded by Person, trying to get some spacing for Jordan. Michael against Miller. Michael dumps a pass off to Livingston, and he was fouled. Whoa, there was no foul called. It's a 24-second violation.
It looked like Cliff was hammered on the wrist, but...
Indiana the ball. A chance to extend on the 2-point lead. Chuck Person finds Detlef Schrempf. In on Livingston. Scoop, nice, wouldn't go. Rebound out of bounds to Indiana. Michael Jordan couldn't control it.
See the way Schrempf could take that ball off the dribble, get inside, even though he missed the layup, he was right there for Bunny. That's getting the shot real close.
Chuck Person looking with 3:02 left into Smits. And Cartwright a steal, but lost it out of bounds. Now a timeout taken by the Pacers. 2:59 left in the opening quarter. It's Indiana by 2, 21-19.
Our lucky fan will attempt to make 5.
Pete Sampras comes up to serve. Jan Stevenson makes the drive. A.C. Green and Charles Smith pound the boards. Marcus Allen rushes up the middle. Jay Schrader with the touchdown. There are a lot of different parts to play in the American Red Cross. Play your part.
Nice job on the hot dog. You must have done this. We want to welcome home all of you men and women of the armed forces. And say thanks. We're real proud of you. And we know the real stars aren't the ones that play on Saturday and Sunday.
To us, you're the real all-stars.
You can have my front row seat anytime. Yeah, come on, guys. Table,
Right now, your Ford dealer is offering some of the biggest incentives ever. Save up to $3,500 on Ford Escort and Ranger. That's right. Get up to a $1,500 cash bonus, plus save almost $2,000 on options when you buy this Ford Ranger. That's up to $3,500. Plus save up to $1,744 on the all-new Ford Escort. If you've been waiting to buy a new car or truck, take advantage of your Ford dealer's biggest savings of the year and save up to $3,500 on a new Ford. This offer ends April 10th. Don't miss out.
On Monday, April 15th, the Milwaukee Bucks are in Chicago Stadium. The first 5,000 ladies receive a rose, compliments of Wild Irish Rose.
Jimmy, field goal shooting here as we take a look. The first 2 minutes, 4 for 5, 80% for the Bulls. Now they're 33, 4 for 12. We've had 4 threes in this game already.
Yeah, 3 by the Pacers. 2:59 left in the quarter. Person triggers to Michael Williams. Reggie Miller looking in. Here's Smits against Cartwright. The half hook is right there. Rick Smits puts Indiana in front by 4. Boy, the Bulls getting nothing right now offensively. 10 on the shot clock. Jordan against Miller. Cartwright cleans up and draws a foul on Smits at the same time. That could be a big play in this game.
That's right. This team would be a tough team. They have to come from behind. Now Person leaves the game, and Mike Sanders comes in for him. Michael with the outside J. He was 8 for 23 yesterday and misses that jumper.
He was also 8 for 23 in the loss to the Pacers in Indianapolis. Now Dennis Hobson is in for Pippen. Scotty with 2 fouls. Bill Cartwright in and out with a free throw. It's a 2-point lead for Indiana, and the Pacers turn it over. The Bulls have it with a chance to tie. Let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Here's Jordan against Miller. On the fade, Michael Jordan ties the game. 8 points for Jordan. And now what the Bulls need is a defensive stop. Shrimp takes it in on Cartwright, and a foul out high on Bill Cartwright. Cartwright with his first, and Shrimp shoots 2.
Bulls are not getting back to the man they're supposed to be guarding. Now that was a case where Cartwright wasn't supposed to be on Shrimp, and as soon as he saw the big guy on him, he just took it to the left and gets to the free throw line.
DJ Armstrong getting ready to come on for the Bulls. Detlef Schrempf, 80% free throw shooter. Indiana by 1. Paxson out. BJ Armstrong is in. 2:02 left to go in the first quarter here in Chicago Stadium. And so far, the Indiana Pacers have to feel awfully good about themselves against this hot Bulls team. The Bulls jumped out to an 11-3 lead, and now Indiana by 2, 1:58 left. Jordan against Sanders. Good dump into Hobson. His shot is blocked, but a foul on Schrempf, and Hobson is on the line.
Good breakdown again in the defense. Shrimp fouls Hobson as Hobson was the receiver of the pass. Hobson was going to the board. Michael just laid it down under to him. And Shrimp with a half block and a half hand. Hobson could get some big minutes, Jim. You and I were talking about this before the game against his club.
He was a real bright spot for the Bulls last night. In the third quarter, he came into the game and scored 7 straight points, including his first 3-point field goal of the year. George McLeod is on. Reggie Miller is out. Dennis Hobson ties the game. 1:53 left. McLeod against Hobson. Now the Bulls jump switch. Michael Williams handling it against Armstrong. Michael Williams takes it inside, and Armstrong bumps him off the play. 2 shots for Williams.
Well, that center was wide open as he made his fake towards the left side and then came back the middle. Good move. He puts his head down, comes on hard. He didn't really get a shot when he was with the Detroit Pistons, did he, Jimmy?
Tough playing for a championship club.
Yeah, that's right. You sit and watch a lot, but he's done an outstanding job here. This club is an outstanding free throw shooting team, over 80% as a team. They make it pay.
5 for 5. Hodges is on for the Bulls. Michael Jordan out. 1:39 left in the quarter, and Indiana by 2 as Michael Williams connects on the second free throw. And now against pressure, Armstrong pushing. Hodges against McLeod. Armstrong guarded by Williams, and BJ gets inside but lost it, and Indiana on a run out. Michael Williams to Sanders. Pacers by 4. Mike Sanders scoring. .110 left to go, first quarter. Livingston looks in over Shrimp. The shot clock at 10. Armstrong beats Williams underneath, juggled the ball, and a foul was called. They are over the limit. 2 shots coming.
Michael Williams on the foul, and Sanders had sprinted out. They thought he traveled, but what caused the travel was the reach-in foul.
So the Bulls get one of their better free throwers on the line, B.J. Armstrong.
It's a high-scoring quarter, but again, you'll run into that with this ball club. They can put some big-time points on quick.
Indiana averages 111, and the Bulls average 110, so that'll give you some idea that Pacers are very capable offensively, and they shoot .493 from the field, the Pacers.
They got a big front line, a versatile front line, good long-range backcourt, 2 good point guards in Fleming and Williams.
Armstrong brings the Bulls within 2. Williams off the press. Shrimp. George McLeod, and Livingston broke up the play to the middle. Cartwright claims the loose ball. Bulls want to go 2 for 1. 40 seconds left, shot clock at 16. Here's Hobson. Hands to Livingston. He turns in. Scoop for Cartwright, and a foul with 4 on the shot clock.
Could be Shrimp, is it? No, it isn't. It's the big guy, Rick Smits, yes. Smits on the foul, his second. Good play. I thought Dennis Hobson was going to take the outside shot. He gave it to Cliff. Cliff drove down the middle and laid it underneath to Bill Cartwright. So Cartwright 2 out of 3 from the foul line.
So 1-point Indiana lead. Dreiling returns. Rick Smits is out.
Replacing Rick Smits.
27.1 left. The Bulls will get it again on 24-second possession. Tie game. Against the press. Dreiling trapped. Shrimp ahead to Sanders. Indiana will play it for 1, and remember, there is 3.1 difference. The shot clock at 10. And now they'll get it all with 11.3 as the Bulls are guilty of a kick violation.
Now they've got to play the good defense all the way out.
You have to have a new ball. That one landed in a soft drink. Evidently, they will wipe up that one and continue on.
Comes Will Perdue.
For Cartwright. Williams out front against Armstrong. Let's see how the Bulls play this defensively. So far, they've kept him out of the lane. 3 seconds. Michael Williams off to Shrimp, wide open. Big play. Count the hoop, and the Indiana Pacers looking good here in the opening quarter. Lead the Bulls by 2. 31-29 after 1.
Time to check out great buys inside the Hardware Week Circular. Slip on a pair of Wells Lamont split leather gloves for just $3.33. This Master Electrician indoor-outdoor extension cord is only $7.79. Unclogged drains with this Master Plumber drum auger, only $4.99. And a 4-pack of Cervest light bulbs is just 99 cents. At participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Welcome to the Miller Lite 3 billionth case celebration, and here's your host, John Madden.
Wow! Almost 3 billion cases sold in just 17 years. And in honor of America's favorite light beer, we're going to pick our favorite light beer commercial.
I vote for mine. I vote for me and Boo Pow. I don't know why they even asked you to be in a commercial.
I don't know why they're arguing. I get this award wrapped up.
Hey, buddy, you're in the wrong sheet again. Come on, out.
The look, Dutch boy, satin finish Dutch boy. The look, Dutch boy, satin finish Dutch boy. The look.
For the look that gets the looks, use Dutch Boy Satin Finish Paint. It's the one finish every room should start with.
Dutch boy, he works hard for your money.
First or second. April 9th. The New York Knicks are here. It's equal 25th anniversary basketball card night. The first 10,000 fans receive a set of Bulls 25th anniversary basketball cards courtesy of Equal. Now, the fact that the Pacers are shooting well in this game, they shoot well normally. 58% tonight through 1. The Bulls 50%. Boston leads the league. The Bulls are second. Indiana fourth in field goal percentage. Michael Williams against some backcourt pressure. Handles the ball against Armstrong. Alley-oop for Shrimp. He walked.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't realize it was just Craig Hodges there. He thought it was a taller player behind him, I think.
Craig grabbed him before he went. I thought they were going to whistle a foul, but good play.
The Bulls looking to tie or perhaps get the lead with a long one. Horace Grant against Shrimp. 10 on the shot clock. Dennis Hobson from the outside over Williams. Indiana the ball in a 2-point lead. Michael Williams gets inside. A nice scoop pass, but the Bulls dig it out. And here's B.J. Armstrong finally in control. Bulls need some easy baskets here. The pass into Grant tipped away. Horace tracks it down. 10 on the shot clock.
DJ can take it.
And he will. And the game is tied. Armstrong with 4. Michael Williams against Armstrong. Detlef Shrimp guarded by Grant. Quick burst. Nice delivery to Thompson. LaSalle Thompson has 6. A 2-point lead for the Pacers. Boy, this Indiana club looking super here in the first half tonight. Really good. Purdue against Thompson. Now Armstrong around the Purdue screen. BJ takes it back the other way and slips inside. Detlef Schrempf the rebound. Fans wanted an offensive foul, and instead LaSalle Thompson gets the layup, and Indiana leads it by 4.
2 layups he gets.
10 minutes left. Indiana getting layups, and the Bulls really struggling with their offense.
Bulls don't know how to play Schrempf.
Hodges fouled. He'll shoot 2. George McLeod on the foul.
There's another guy that doesn't get to the foul line all that much. An outstanding free throw shooter, but
he's 12 out of 13.
Craig Hodges to the line. He shoots 2.
9:52 left in the half. After a quick start by the Bulls tonight, in which they went up 11-3, they have been thoroughly outplayed by Indiana since then. The good news is the Bulls are still very much in the game, only down 3 with 9:52 left.
They've got to learn how to play Schrempf. He breaks him down, and twice he's given little passes to LaSalle Thompson for the layup.
And granted, he's tough to play because he's got good shooting range, and he can put it on the floor and go to the hoop. Hodges 2 free throws, make it a 2-point game. Long pass to Williams.
They beat him. They let that long one go.
Indiana by 4 again. 9:43 left to go in the half. Hodges against McLeod. Hobson against Sanders. See, they didn't let the pick and roll develop there. They missed, the player was missed by Will, but not his fault. Horace Grant missing. Hobson had it knocked away. It's out of bounds to the Bulls with 23 to shoot. When they worked that play on the side, Hobson didn't take his man into Will. So that was wasted effort on that screen roll the Bulls tried to work. Craig Hodges,
fall.
They got knocked down by McLeod. He goaltended the ball bouncing on the rim. Phil Jackson wanting goaltending. The foul was whistled against McLeod. Well, we have a chance to see it again. Anyway, 2 free throws for Hodges, but the Bulls want a 3-point play here. If it's touched over the rim.
Hodgie took the shot. It went straight up in the air.
Oh, hand in the cookie jar. Craig Hodges just hit 2 free throws a moment ago. Good thing the Bulls are shooting well from the foul line. It's a 3-point lead for the Pacers with 9:19 left in the half. Hodges draws the Bulls to within 2. Now the Bulls, with this press, have to be careful. They've been beaten deep on it. Here's McLeod handling on the dribble. Detlef Schrempf, a pass Purdue. Sanders on the tip in. I tell you what, I think Indiana's got about 90% efficiency. I mean, they're scoring about 90% of the time. They're not, shooting 90%, but either free throws or something. Each time down, they come away with something. Purdue inside to Armstrong. Now Armstrong dances free. BJ has 6. The Bulls stay within 2. LaSalle Thompson all the way in on Will Purdue. How many layups are they going to get? Thompson's got 10. The Bulls unable to get a defensive stop, but fortunately they've been scoring as well. Here's a technical foul on Phil Jackson, called by Bill Oakes. Mike Sanders down to shoot the technical, an 83% free throw shooter. Sanders puts the Pacers up by 5. Well, he called a foul here. I mean, he did not. There was no foul called. I don't know what Phil's complaint was on that particular play.
It's a walk, he says.
You
think?
It's a walk. I don't know. Didn't look like it. Indiana with a 5-point lead. 8:20 left in the half. Armstrong, pick and roll, works around the screen by Grant. Feeds Horace. Sanders nearly stole it, and a 24-second violation against the Bulls. The next time they get an easy shot will be the first time in this quarter.
That's right. They came with a red-hot offense, and they're playing a pretty good defense, which is the Bulls' trademark. Here comes MJ now. That's what this hand is for.
8:05 left in the half. Pacers the ball up 5. Detlef Schrempf against Horace. Over the head pass is out of bounds.
Had the right idea. He found his man loose. Now
Jordan is in and Hobson is out. No, Armstrong is out. Michael Jordan on top of the floor. Guarded by George McLeod. Here's Jordan trying to get inside and does. Yes, sir. Michael Jordan has 10. Indiana's lead is 3. Michael Williams finding Sanders in the corner. Thompson against Purdue. Inside they go to Williams. A scoop off to Sanders. And Hobson the rebound. Dennis Hobson picking up traffic. Close out of bounds. An up-court pass to Hodges. Reggie Miller back in for the Pacers. George McLeod going out. 7:24 left in the half. Michael Williams guarded by Hodges. Works around a Detlef Schrempf pick. Here's Miller popping free. The rebound to Will Perdue, and now it's Hodges. 4-2. Thought he was at three-point range, and Schrempf takes it out.
Stop him.
Schrempf going all the way.
Too late.
Draws the foul. Goaltending on the Bulls. Who touched it? Count the basket. They get the goaltend and the foul on Jordan. And things not going well for the home club right now. They said Dennis Hobson was up and smacked the backboard while the ball was up there. That's the call.
Yeah, he didn't touch the net.
Yeah, he must have touched the backboard. A timeout. Back to the stadium after these messages.
The guy said, Annie, you're a Pop Secret popcorn lover, so you should know we inspect our kernels for quality. That's why it always pops up so light and fluffy.
Pop Secret perfect popcorn is our passion.
I'm developing a passion of my own.
Pop Secret sweepstakes, take 1.
Play the Pop Secret movie matchup. Win 20 grand and a trip to Hollywood. Or Paramount's 100 title great movies, great price video cassette library. Plus a TV and a VCR. No purchase necessary. Game ends $12/31/91. See special packages for rules.
The Chicago Tribune is building on a tradition with the freshest and most complete picture of Chicagoland's real estate marketplace. In addition to Sunday's real estate section, Saturday's Home Guide offers the best in new home construction and developments. And on Fridays, to top it off, Your Place covers the existing home market, rentals, home improvement, and much more. All of it delivered to you in the Chicago Tribune. The one real source for real estate.
Genuine draft. For those who've discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
On Sunday afternoon, April 7th, Sixers are here. Nestle Benny the Bull Doll Day for the first 5,000 kids 14 and under. A Benny the Bull doll, courtesy of Nestle. Apparently, Dennis Hobson hit the backboard while the ball was up there. He just barely brushed it. At any rate, they called goaltending. Of course, what upset the Bulls was the fact that earlier in this quarter, Hodges had a 3 on the rim, and it looked like a hand was in the cookie jar, and there was no goaltending at the other end. So the Indiana Pacers, with outstanding play and a couple of big breaks, have opened up a 6-point lead on the Bulls. Paxson back in for Armstrong. On Pippen also back into the game. Horace Grant in on Shrimp, chopped away. Horace a pickup, 8 to shoot. Now Jordan with 6. Paxson from 20. Book it. Tough shot, but it dropped.
They're making the Bulls work. Take some time off that clock.
Indiana has defended the Bulls outstandingly well in this first half. The Bulls getting nothing easy. Here's a backdoor cut for Reggie Miller, and they're getting layups. They're getting great offensive shot attempts against the Bulls. Paxson trying to collapse the defense somewhat. And it goes to Grant. Wide open on the turnaround. And the ball out of bounds to the Bulls. Stacey King getting ready to come on. Chuck Person returns for Indiana. Bill Cartwright also coming back for the Bulls. Grant and Purdue out. Scottie Pippen. Into King. Here's Jordan guarded by Person. Paxson against Miller into Cartwright over Thompson, and a foul on LaSalle Thompson, his third.
I haven't heard DeRosa.
Joe DeRosa?
Yeah.
And it's out of bounds on the side, non-shooting foul. Smith's back. Thompson is out with his 3 fouls. Scottie Pippen. Triggers to Paxson. Here's Jordan doubled in the post. Scottie Pippen takes up slack, got Smits in the air and drew the foul. Rick Smits with his third. A couple of chinks in the armor of the Indiana Pacers. Their 2 big guys have picked up 3 fouls.
Contact lens wearers. Now you can save up to 50% on the same brand lenses your doctor prescribed. Delivered by Federal Express from America's #1 shop-at-home contact lens service. Bausch & Lomb, Wesley Jessen, Seba, Johnson & Johnson, and all other brands. Daily wear, extended wear, tints, and disposable lenses. Join the thousands who are saving real money and time by ordering their contact lenses direct from Lens Express. For our free catalog, call 1-800-582-9900. That's 1-800-582-9900.
Chuck Person against Pippen. Here's Shrimp. Reggie Miller. Williams. Flipping it short, and Cartwright clears it. Scottie Pippen back to the ball. What are the Bulls doing defensively? Here's King against Shrimp. Packs for 3. All right, 9 for Paxson. It's a 1-point game with 4:50 left to go in the half. 250 to Charitables from True Value, courtesy of John Paxson. Reggie Miller drains another one. Reggie Miller with 12. Indiana in front by 3. Scottie Pippen around the Cartwright screen. Jordan for 3. And the rebound to Pippen. Paxson lines up for 3. Yes! Johnny Pax has got 3, and the game is tied at 49. 3 threes for Pax. Stadium roars to life. Shrimp under some pressure. Here's Person. 8 to shoot. Reggie Miller against Pippen. Around a Dreiling screen. Dreiling, bad shot, and Stacey King couldn't get to the rebound. Fell at his feet and goes out of bounds to Indiana.
Michael Williams leaves now. Fleming comes in.
Well, you got to pick that up. Indiana has it in play. 3:45 for the half. Reggie Miller over Pippen. A foul called on Pippen, his third, and Miller shoots 2. Reggie Miller shoots the ball that way for that purpose, so that whether or not there's any contact, the official thinks there is.
I'm going to tell you something. There's 4 Bulls that shoot better than Reggie Miller from three-point range, Jim. He shoots 33%. And there's 3 guys on his team that shoot better, but he's got that great release, and he's going to take it on you. Not afraid to take it.
He's got...
It opens the game up for these guys.
Yep, he's got 13 points in the game with that free throw down. Craig Hodges back for Pippen, who's got 3 fouls. Indiana in front by 1 and 3:43 left. Miller at 9-17, the top marksman in the NBA from the foul line. Pacers by 2. John Paxson's deadly shooting from three-point range has sparked the Bulls back into it. It's Hodges against Person. Paxson guarded by Fleming. Pax dancing at the three-point stripe.
Look at it, John. Look at it.
8 to shoot. Cartwright against Dreiling. 5 on the clock. Cartwright a tough hook. Cartwright with 8. The Bulls are even again. Up court, it's Miller, wide open for 3.
Nobody goes to him. He runs right to the line.
You can't leave him alone.
You don't think about it. You think about running back to defend, and he pulls up.
Indiana by 3. Here's Hodges around a Stacey King screen. Craig for 3. Yes, sir.
Fireworks right here.
Long range night in the stadium. 54 all. Can the Bulls get a defensive stop? They got Person off the ball in the post against Hodges. 8 to shoot. They get it to Person, and he is clobbered by Cartwright. 2 fouls on Cartwright. Person shoots 2. And, of course, Chuck Person took exception to that foul.
He had a little guy in the post. They got the ball in. He takes and pushes a shove.
Bill Cartwright came over and took the hard foul.
Now he pushes the ball in his chest.
And a timeout taken. So far, a real good one working in the stadium, all even at 54.
Contact lens wearers. Now you can save up to 50% on the same brand lenses your doctor prescribed. Delivered by Federal Express from America's #1 shop-at-home contact lens service. Bausch & Lomb, Wesley Jessen, Seba, Johnson & Johnson, and all other brands. Daily wear, extended wear, tints, and disposable lenses. Join the thousands who are saving real money and time by ordering their contact lenses direct from Lens Express. For our free catalog, call 1-800-582-9900. That's 1-800-582-9900.
Of all the airlines serving Chicago, which one will take Chicago business travelers in and out of O'Hare nearly 900 times today? Which one will fly them to the most destinations worldwide? Which one will take them to Europe with the most non-stops to the most cities? Which airline of all the airlines has grown to become the gateway to the world for Chicago business travelers? American Airlines. We mean business in Chicago.
On the play a moment ago, Bill Cartwright assessed a personal foul as he went over to block the shot attempt by Chuck Person. And then Person threw the ball at Cartwright, and a double technical was called. 1 on Cartwright, 1 on Person. What's on tap? The NBA's best and the Channel 9 news break. Highlight statistics, first half analysis, all that upcoming at halftime on Channel 9.
So Person will shoot 2 free throws.
71% free throw.
It all started with the mismatch he had. Person found he had Hodges inside the lane, and now he misses the first one, and that, of course, is greeted with a tremendous roar here in the stadium. Happy birthday to Stephen Boyd from his cousin Pam and Juan and Laura Valverde. Their newborn, Catlin, congratulations to them.
Chuck Person puts Indiana in front by 1. 2:33 left in the half. Hodges guarded by Person. Paxson guarded by Fleming. Jordan against Miller, 8 to shoot. Jordan all the way in, baseline, and draws the foul. Michael to shoot 2. Reggie Miller with his first.
The game is heating up, and he's starting to get a little physical. Michael goes in and gets knocked out of bounds by Fleming, or by Reggie Miller.
Michael Williams returns. Chuck Person is out. Michael Jordan on the free throw line for the first time in the game. Ties the game with the first one, and now he can put the Bulls in front after the Bulls had trailed by as many as 5 earlier in this quarter. 2:16 left to go in the half. Chicago by 1. Jordan has 14.
He stepped in.
Yes, he did. A inline violation. Dreiling stepped across trying to make the inbounds pass.
He's coming in. There he is. Or the ball left his hand.
Michael Jordan to make the inbounds. Comes into Paxson. Cartwright drops it for Jordan against Miller. Michael looking for running room. Spins in and hangs it up there. Rebounded Dreiling. Michael Williams back. The Pacers with a chance to recapture the lead. Detlef Schrempf on the outside against King. Fakes inside. Comes back the other way. He's really a good player. Detlef Schrempf with 11. Indiana leads it by 1. John Paxson spotting up. Another 3-try.
Yeah! Wow!
Pax has 4. The Bulls lead by 2. 1:33 left in the half. Detlef Schrempf from 20. And Jordan knocked the rebound to Hodges. Ahead to King. King's got Schrempf to beat to the hoop and does.
Hits the hoop. King gets the hoop. And he needed it, Jim. He needed something to pick him up here, and he's really wound up now. He gets the ball, takes it in strong on Schrempf. Yes, Stace. Yes, okay.
Stacey King with that 19 free throw string going. 20. And the Bulls lead by 5. We've had a 10-point swing in this quarter. Michael Williams against Paxson. 1:15 left in the half. Michael Williams from 18 feet. What's the deal? Off the play, a foul.
Basket's good. There's an elbow foul on who?
Schrempf. Detlef Schrempf.
2 shots.
With a foul, his third.
2-shot foul.
Count the hoop by Michael Williams.
That's a 2. There's a technical. All right, that's a 2-shot foul. It's an elbowing foul on Schrempf.
I'll tell you what, we've had more excitement in the first half of this game than we've had all year at the stadium.
Oh, man.
With technicals and 3-point field goals and all kinds of stuff.
The basket was good from the outside by Michael Williams. All right, there's underneath. Is setting the screen. And he rolled out. He couldn't see him.
But he took Paxson, evidently. So Michael Jordan is going to shoot the technical.
He's been ejected.
He's been ejected for elbowing.
Oh, man. He's been ejected. He's gone.
1:10 left in the half. Indiana loses a very important member of its team.
Detlef Schrempf, 9 points. 1:10 here to go in the second quarter. An elbowing foul ejected. They were both warned about anything. So here he comes down and
evidently hit Paxson.
Yeah, he dropped Pax back. Pax looking over the official said, "You call that one."
Michael Jordan shooting the technical. It's a 3-point Bulls lead with 1:10 left in the half.
I think that they told him, Jimmy. I think they told him when the pushing started with Person and Cartwright, anything that happens, anybody in any kind of a foul like that's going to get the heave-ho.
Timeout taken by the Pacers' Bob Hill. Minute 10 left in the half, and we'll keep it here. The Bulls' lead is 4. Most games in the stadium this year have been blowout victories for the Bulls. The fact that we have had 1, a competitive game to this point, and 2, a game with all kinds of extracurricular activities, has made this, so far, the most exciting game in the stadium all year, Red.
Well, normally we see this type of game, the Bulls get in, the emotions get high when the Detroit Pistons come in town, and I guess this season's been missing that, but we've got it again tonight.
John Paxson has 4 3-point field goals tonight.
He's taken 5 shots, and he's got 14 points.
If you're wondering, Michael Jordan hit 7 in a game last year for the Bulls against Golden State. The Bulls are 5 of 6 from 3-point country, and the Pacers are 4 of 5. St. Fans Miller Genuine Draft presents the 3rd annual Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Round Ball Classic, brought to you by the Tribune, Coca-Cola, and Pizza Hut. August 3rd and 4th in Grant Park. There's a division for you. Call the Tribune, or call the Bulls, I should say, at 943-5800, or look for details in the Tribune.
You know, J.D., first quarter, Detlef Schrempf hit a shot just as the clock was going off. Just threaded it in. We talked about how successful he is. Now, Bud and Bonnie Fuller are here from Granky, Missouri. Now, we reached them on WGN, but they said
Granky, Missouri.
They had to drive in to see this. Granky. And it could be cranky tonight.
It's been cranky here tonight.
It is, and now Pax going to shoot 2 free throws. It was Pax who got hit with the foul, and we saw him spin away on the camera and look towards the official, and Joe DeRosa made the call.
14 points for Paxson. Pax too close to the basket. Yeah. 83% shooter. What's the deal now? They're pointing at Livingston. It's not Livingston. He shouldn't be on the free throw line.
Yeah, that's right.
Man. Indiana trying to say that it's Livingston shooting. So Pax splits them. 15 points for him. The Bulls' lead is 5. 1:08 left to go. First half. Fleming guarded by Hodges. Williams swings to Miller, and now Jordan on him with 12 to shoot. Fleming wraparound move, gets inside dugout, but picked up. The shot missed. The rebound tipped outside. Miller hustles for the pickup. They got Ken Williams in the game and Michael Williams, the Pacers. 40 seconds left in the half. Miller works around the Ken Williams screen. Miller to the hoop. He's clobbered at the basket. He'll shoot 2. Livingston and King took him down, but I'll tell you what, Ken Williams set a vicious screen on Michael Jordan out on the floor that could have been called an offensive foul. Watch the pick. Boom.
Moved out, took him down, and then they went underneath. Miller went into the hoop. John Stacey King.
That's his first. 33.9 left. First half in the stadium. The Bulls back to a 5-point lead.
And it's getting very, very physical here. You don't like to see this type game. Miller just stands up there and knocks the free throw. His 5th in a row.
He's got 18 points. He's got 3 3-point field goals tonight. But John Paxson has 4. There have been 9 total. Miller with a string of 6 in a row at the foul line. Livingston against the press. Stacey King way in the backcourt. An up-court pass stolen by Indiana. Here's Kenny Williams over Livingston. Big hoop, 1-point game.
Big guys handling the ball.
Yeah, making bad decisions in the process. Stacey King, Hodges, Livingston. Paxson. No shot clock. Actually about 1 difference. The Bulls playing for 1, leading by 1. Jordan makes his move past Miller to the hoop and draws the foul. Michael Jordan shoots 2.
Michael got knocked down. He got knocked right into, who is it, Williams?
Kenny Williams.
Kenny Williams. Jordan went hard to the hoop, went around Reggie Miller. Miller reached for it from outside. Grayling hit him. Grayling was the one
that knocked him right into his man. Yeah. So if Kenny Williams is hurt, he's got to talk to his man Dreiling. Indiana with 6.4 left, plenty of time to come down and retaliate.
I would say you better get to Fleming and Reggie Miller. Michael knocks a free throw in.
16 points for Jordan. 4 for 4 from the foul line. A 2-point lead for the Bulls. 6.4 left in the half.
This game is not for the faint-hearted tonight, is it?
Not yet. You imagine we got another 24 minutes to go anyway. Maybe more. 3-point lead. They get it to Fleming. Miller has spotted up off the ball. 2 seconds. Fleming for 3. And that's it. We're at halftime, and it's the Bulls who walk off with a 3-point lead. Wherever you're watching on Channel 9, don't go away. We've got an outstanding game going here in the stadium. We'll be back in a moment. Jim Durham and Johnny Kerr back in Chicago Stadium. At halftime, the Bulls in front by 3, but they had to rally to get here. They were down by 5 earlier in the second quarter. Now they've turned the ball game around as they lead it by 3. Plus, Indiana will be operating without Detlef Schrempf as he was thrown out of the game, and I'm sure that will show up in your highlight package.
Yes,
Johnny
okay,
Kerr.
We'll take a look here. First of all, Michael Jordan reaches through to get a break. Paxson taps it to him. Michael looks around, nobody there. Yes, he slams it down and through. The Bulls were really high energy here. Michael gives Horace a pass underneath. He slams it in, and the stadium was rocking at this stage. And Detlef Schrempf came in just before the quarter ended. He just flipped out to the right wing, and Adams hit him with the ball. He knocked the shot in. Williams hit him with the ball, knocked it in. There's John Paxson he had 4 threes in the first half. There he is again on the other side. Sam, he didn't care where he was shooting from in the stadium. He just kept going from side to side. He did an outstanding job. Then, of course, Reggie Miller, he had 19 points in the first half. He had that touch from the outside also. Then they drop the ball down to Person. Person gives a fake. He comes down. Bill with the foul, and Person shoves the ball at Bill. A double technical ensues here, and then Detlef Schrempf says a few words, and later on, he got thrown out. Little argument here as they explained what happened. He threw the elbow. He got two-shot foul and throwing the elbows, Jim, and then he got thrown out for getting it back to the officials. So he has one more thing to say before he leaves. He said it wasn't very good, but he was thrown out with 1:10 to go in the second.
That's a big loss for the Pacers. No Detlef Schrempf in the second half. Great shooting both ways tonight. Indiana 58%, the Bulls 55% in the first half. From three-point land, the Bulls 5 of 6, the Pacers 4 of 6. At the foul line, the Bulls 19 of 23, Indiana 13 of 14. And the Bulls out-rebounded the Indiana 17-13, 6-3 at the offensive end. 11 Pacer turnovers and 9 for the Bulls. Michael Jordan with 17 points leads the Bulls. John Paxson 15 points, 4 for 4 on three-point field goals. Bill Cartwright with 8 points, 5 rebounds. Craig Hodges 7 points. B.J. Armstrong also off the bench with 6. As for the Pacers, they are led by Reggie Miller with 19. LaSalle Thompson in double figures with 10. And Detlef Schrempf, who will not be available, scored 9. Person with 6 and Williams with 6. And you really hit on it, John, while we were away. The Bulls forward combination of Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant, that combination has been so outstanding for them all season. And when they aren't a factor, they both pick up, well, Scottie picked up 3 fouls and Grant 2. When they are limited, the Bulls struggle.
But they've been able to take a 3-point lead here. A lot of points in that second quarter, Jim. 37. Reminds me a little bit of a schoolyard game, and by this I mean they test your mettle taking a ball to the hoop. They bang you. If you want to stay outside and shoot, that's fine with them. But you watching players go to the hoop, get hit hard, get up, go to the free throw line, and drain the free throws.
Indiana with the ball as the second half begins. Reggie Miller, Vern Fleming, Greg Dreiling, Chuck Person, and LaSalle Thompson. The Bulls starting unit on the floor. Grant, Pippen, Cartwright, Paxson, and Jordan. This is Fleming. The door closes, so he backs it out. In it goes to Thompson, and what's the deal? Got a foul called on Michael Jordan. That's his third. Before the shot. I think that's an indication of how closely it's going to be whistled here in the second half.
That'd be all right, too, wouldn't it?
Yep. Miller around a Dreiling screen. LaSalle Thompson. Splat. Cleared by Pippen. Paxson has it. The Bulls look to extend on the three-point lead. Grant. On Thompson. Horace Grant took Thompson to the hoop and scored. Now Indiana trying for a quick counter. It's Thompson out high. Miller around a Thompson screen. Dreiling. Chuck Person for 3. Nope, only a 2. And the ball on the floor grabbed by Cartwright. Bulls with a 5-point lead. A hoop here would give them their, now they were up 8 early tonight at 11-3. Shot clock is at 8. John Paxson against Fleming. Scottie Pippen. Paxson again from the outside. Boy, he's got it stuck on automatic.
That was inside the line, only a deuce, but
17 points for Paxson. The Bulls lead by 7. Here's Dreiling handing to Fleming. Pax almost a steal. 12 to shoot. Now they dump into Dreiling. And he scores over Pippen. Dreiling with his first 2 points tonight. Inside Horace Grant. Missed the layup and then a loose ball foul on Indiana. It's on Dreiling.
Ball foul. Indiana 54. Greg Dreiling is third.
Let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Here's Paxson. Looking for Jordan. Michael Jordan against Miller. Oh, it wouldn't go, and Cartwright spanked it home.
Boy, that's just a fingertip roll by Bill up off the glass and in.
Indiana taking a timeout here with 9:53 left in the third. The Bulls' lead is now 7. We'll be back to the stadium after these messages.
The high school action is hot in Chicagoland, and nobody delivers it better than Preps Plus and the Chicago Tribune. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Preps Plus serves up the games, the players, and the plays that mean the most to you. High school's greatest hits, scores, and a way to keep track of the local sports scene. So dive into full color coverage and get in the game. The high school game with Preps Plus, only in the Trib. For home delivery, call 1-800-TRIBUNE.
Johnny Bench at Toyota's Big League Sales Event.
Earl Weaver's getting them ready to deal.
You, a customer comes in for option package savings up to $1,000. What do you say? Right. How about incentives up to $1,000 on a truck, Camry, Corolla? How about $1,500 on selling?
We've never done that before.
This team is ready.
Don't miss Toyota's Big League Sales Event. We're really playing ball.
On the Miller NBA scoreboard, Washington beats Philadelphia. So much for the 76ers' big win last night. Orlando wins at home against Dallas. Atlanta apparently on their way to victory against Miami in the Omni. Cleveland beats New Jersey by 16, and Houston trying to win again, leading New York in the third, 58-51. Milwaukee leads at Denver in the first. Just underway, Minnesota leading Utah by 3 in the first. Clippers at Golden State, Phoenix at Sacramento. Here it's the Bulls by 7. And Dreiling looking for Miller. Pippen a steal. Up court. re-steal by Indiana. Great play by Dreiling, and Chuck Person rims the shot off. On the rebound, though, a loose ball foul on Dreiling. Boy, the Bulls couldn't clean up on it, John.
That's right, Scotty. Looked like he was long gone. Almost got fouled, but Dreiling picks up his third. Dreiling went out to get the ball and then flipped it over to Person. Person missed the shot, and as Horace was there for it, Dreiling commits the foul.
The Bulls trying to go up 9, and Horace Grant lays it in to put them up by 9. The good thing about the Bulls here in the third, they're getting stuff going to the hoop, and so the Pacers count it, and a foul on Paxson. Vern Fleming to the line.
Boy, that was the only guy during the day that went to the hoop on a foul that didn't have to get up off the floor. He goes around, gets hit. Nice play by Vern Fleming. Very underrated ball player, Vern Fleming.
Yep. Fleming has 7. The Bulls lead is 6. We near the 9-minute mark for the third quarter. The Bulls trying for their 26th in a row on the home court. Michael Jordan gets bumped and gives the ball up to Dreiling. Up court, Miller.
He's going to stop.
Here's Fleming. Chuck Person against Horace Grant. Pitch out to Miller, a 30-footer. And the Pacers get the rebound. Fleming turns it in on Paxson. Thompson, a punch into Dreiling against Cartwright, and he gets another basket. Dreiling with 4 in this quarter. The Bulls lead, which was 9, is now 4.
He's done everything. He's kept the ball alive. He's got fouls. He got a couple hoops.
Scottie Pippen against Person. Scottie dumps off to Paxson. Another 3 try. And the Pacers come out with it. Pax finally missing from 3-point range. Reggie Miller draws the foul on Paxson. That's 3 on Paxson.
And they creep back again. 2 more free throws here. Scotty having a tough time offensively here, and now they come back down, and Miller, as soon as he hears that foul, that whistle go off. He's such a good free throw shooter, you don't expect him to miss one, but if he does miss one here tonight, you'll hear another big wail out of this crowd.
He's got 7 in a row going from the foul line, 20 points in the game. And the Pacers draw to within 2 after the Bulls had jumped out to a 9-point lead inside of 8 minutes for the third. Paxson guarded by Fleming. Jordan guarded by Person. Miller guarding nobody. Michael goes to the hoop. Michael Jordan, 19 for him. And the Bulls in front by 4. Here's Fleming. Jump pass outside, loose, but Thompson gets it. Boy, the Pacers keep coming up with the loose balls, and they're staying in this game. A 2-point lead for the Bulls. Forcing turnovers in transition basketball. The strength of the Bulls, and so far tonight, it's going the other way, as does Reggie Miller here to tie the game. Phil Jackson takes time. The Bulls' 9-point lead is history. 7:16 for the third. All even at 76.
First person that makes a 3-point shot in 24 seconds.
You can do it with True Value. Help for the lawn and garden is here. First, cultivate or weed with the Garden Weasel. It's just $16.88. And make pruning easy with the Remington 12-inch electric chainsaw for just $45.99. Then get the Green Thumb Poly Lawn Cart for just $29.88. And the Weed Eater 10-inch electric trimmer, it's only $29.99. At participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Your Ford dealer introduces Ford Explorer, brand new and 4x4 of the year. With a powerful 4-liter V6 engine, it's also roomier inside than Jeep or Chevy. Now save on options like air conditioning, AM/FM cassette, power windows, and more. That means a new Explorer for around $14,500. That's $2,000 less than Jeep Cherokee. The Ford Explorer for around $14,500.
Only at your local Ford dealer.
Let's talk about the heavy hitters. There's Ron Gidwitz and Helene Curtis.
suave, buttoned-up, civic-minded. Favors Puccini operas and taco stands. Don Jacobs, dean of Northwestern's Kellogg School. Warm, articulate, loves Eskimo art. And Peter Bino, Comiskey Park developer. Bright, bold, socially responsible. Seldom wears the same necktie twice. What can they have in common? Almost nothing, except a subscription. Train Chicago business, where the who's who read what's what.
St. Fan's Miller Genuine Draft presents the 3rd annual Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Round Ball Classic, August 3rd and 4th in Grant Park. It's brought to you by the Tribune, Coca-Cola, and Pizza Hut. Call 312-943-5800 for more information or check it out in the Tribune. Indiana back even. They are shooting 57% from the floor tonight. They shot 62% in their win at Market Square, and in their 2 losses earlier in the year here, they shot 47%. Scottie Pippen from the outside. Chicago by 2. Pippen's got 6. It's at the defensive end. The Bulls are having problems. Chuck Person takes Pippen all the way inside, and the rebound to Paxson. Pax coming hard on the drive. Pulls up for 2.
Yep.
19 points for Pax. The Bulls lead it by 4. Off the ball, a foul on Indiana.
Person.
Chuck Person picks up his first foul of the game. Let's see if the Bulls can take advantage. Remember, the Pacers are operating without Detlef Schrempf, thrown out on 2 technicals in the first half. Off the ball, a foul
Reggie.
against the Bulls. This one's on Pippen. That's his 4th.
Oh, man. You're not going to get away with anything down low.
All you can see is Reggie Miller fall back after the contact with Pippen. So Indiana the ball, down by 4. They've led by as many as 5. Paxson guarding Fleming. Reggie Miller against Jordan. Underneath, it's Person over Pippen. Chuck Person has been very quiet offensively. He has 8 points in the game, his first 2 in the second half. The Bulls' lead is 2. Scottie Pippen against Person. The shot clock at 10. Jordan over Miller. Michael Jordan with 21. In the half-court game tonight, the Bulls have not been able to defend Indiana. Here's Miller. Chuck Person over the Thompson pick. Follow shot, and Thompson lays it in.
They're talking about trading this guy before the deadline.
Can you believe that? The best thing that happened to Indiana was Smits getting injured because they were unable to make that trade then. Here's Jordan having it knocked loose. It squirts free to Indiana. Long bounce pass to Reggie Miller. Leaves it for Fleming. Offensive foul.
Oh, man.
Pippen.
What a play he did. What a play Scottie made to get back. They lose the ball. He just dug on back. Fleming down. He's got bad back. Reggie Miller gave it up, and Scottie stood right in there. Boom, down they come together, and
Fleming's
offensive foul. Yeah, Fleming came down hard on his back.
Michael Williams already in. 22nd timeout taken. The Bulls are making some changes too. Scottie Pippen talking with Bill Oakes, the official. When Scottie Pippen plays against Chuck Person, it's always personal.
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
That is.
Person makes it so because he's one of the all-time trash talkers in the league, as the players would say. Well, you hope Fleming's okay.
Yeah.
He's being helped off, though. They're going back toward the bench, not toward the Indiana dressing room. I tell you what, this Indiana club has played super. I mean, they've lost Detlef Schrempf on ejection. Now Fleming with an injury. They have played through all kinds of adversity. An emotional charge by the Bulls out of the blocks tonight when the Bulls went up 11-3. And now Fleming leaving the game.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll be able to come back. The Bulls lead is 2. B.J. Armstrong finds Cartwright against Rick Smits. Cartwright over Smits. Bill's got 12.
It's almost like he's been waiting for Schmitz to come back.
Yeah. LaSalle Thompson guarded by King. Inside, Cartwright tipped it away. Loose on the floor. Miller gets it and rims it in. Again, a pickup by the Pacers after the Bulls had it knocked loose. That's about 4 times in this game the Bulls have been unable to clean up on the loose ball. Here's Michael Jordan on the move. Puts the Bulls up 4. 23 points for Jordan. Bulls a steal. Finally, the Bulls come up with a steal. Michael Jordan out front against Reggie Miller. Jordan on the move. Working on Miller on the lean-in. Michael Jordan with 25. It's a 6-point lead. They didn't hear the timeout. Now they do. A timeout, Indiana. 3:54 for the third. It's 88-82. We'll keep it here in Chicago Stadium.
Oh, boy. Michael Jordan leans inside. Rick Schmitz way up. He's 7'4". Michael knew just how much he had to go over the top and get it over the front of the rim and in. Another look at it. Schmitz way up there. LaSalle Thompson taking a swing at it. So the Bulls come back with a defensive play by Scottie Pippen to steal the ball, and Michael Jordan rams in 2 hoops. Give the Bulls a 6-point lead, 88-82. Hey, I got to tell you something today. I went down to White Sox Park, the new White Sox Park today.
Got some tickets, eh?
No.
I
got a seat from the old Comiskey Park, and guess what number the seat was?
10.
23.
Oh.
I'm loving it.
I say 10 because that was your old number.
That's right. It was 23.
A 6-point lead for the Bulls. It's been a closely contested game throughout. After that early lead by the Bulls to start the game, Indiana has led by 5. And now the Bulls back up by 6 here in the third quarter. We've got some Bulls action coming up on Channel 9 as they head down the stretch. Monday's game with the Rockets here at 7:30 and the Bullseye at 7 at New Jersey on Thursday the 28th at 6:30 Chicago time. With the New York Knicks, or rather at New York, 7:30 and a Bullseye at 7 on the 4th of April, and against the Knicks on the 9th, at Detroit on the 12th, and at Miami on the 17th of April.
Tim Hallam just told me, Jimmy, that it was a reoccurring thing that Vern Fleming has had with that lower back and the groin, and of course he took a fall from a pretty good height, and that's what happened. So Mike Sanders is going to inbound the ball right in front of you.
20 on the shot clock. 3:54 left in the third, and the inbounds to Williams. Michael Williams against Armstrong. Miller against Jordan. Screen roll with Thompson. They double Reggie. LaSalle Thompson throws over into Smits, and he's fouled. Score the basket.
Could be Scotty's 5th.
It's on Stacey King.
Oh, boy. They moved it around pretty good. They come out of it very, very well here.
Stacey King was nowhere there.
That was Scotty's
foul.
Oh,
man.
They got a mistake.
That's a break for the Bulls.
They got a mistake between 24 and 33.
Yeah, I think
that was
so.
Bill Cartwright. And so
Rick Smith.
I'm just going to say the officials have really done an outstanding job in this game because it's such a physical ball game.
The Bulls lead cut to 3 on the 3-point play by Rick Smits. Stacey King handles against pressure. Armstrong guarded by Michael Williams. This is 2 nights in a row where a small point guard, last night it was Andre Turner, tonight Michael Williams, really taking the Bulls out of it offensively. Michael Jordan bails him out. He's got 27-10 in the third. It's a 5-point lead. Pacers have cleared the side. They got Smits down on the low post. Now Miller out front. Miller gets doubled. Sanders into Thompson. LaSalle Thompson has 16. Indiana within 3. Looking good with 2:47 left. Here's Jordan on the drive. Gets inside. Yeah! Goal and a foul. Foul is on Sanders.
Michael Jordan, 12 out of 19, Jim. He's 6 for 7 in this half as he breaks down the defenses. They're swinging away at him and can't quite come up with the ball, the play.
Michael shooting for his average with 2:43 left in the third. He's got 30. And the Bulls lead back to 6. Defensively, the Bulls have been an outstanding club this year, but tonight unable to get a stop, and Reggie Miller rims the 3. It comes off to Smits. Again, the Bulls can't get the defensive rebound. Miller again for 3. And finally, Cartwright corrals it. Michael Jordan works it up court with 2:19 left in the quarter. Jordan against Sanders all the way inside. 32 for Jordan. The Bulls have equaled their largest lead at 8. Here's LaSalle Thompson, dribbled it off his foot out of bounds. 2:05 left in the third. Timeout, Pacers. Chicago Stadium likes what it sees right now.
Michael Jordan, Jimmy, 7 for 8 in this half. He drives right on in. He gets belted that time by big Rick Smits and lays it right in. This has been the type game that we thought it would be, with Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan providing the big fireworks. Reggie missed 2 threes. Michael hasn't missed much of anything. Takes it on hard to the basket.
I'll tell you what, that last drive, it looked like Smits had him across the arm.
Well, Pax did a job in the first half. He kept the Bulls in it with long-range sniping, those 4 three-point field goals, and Michael is, at halftime, he was 6 out of 12, so he's moved it up a notch here.
51 points from the starting guard line to this point for the Bulls.
Not saying very much about Bill Cartwright, who is 4 out of 4 from the field. He's got 8 rebounds, 4 out of 5, and he's made some tough shots. He made a finger roll tip-in off the glass, just slapped it up, and it went in. A big hook over Smits, and the guy that really is playing a whale of a game for them has been LaSalle Thompson, and of course Reggie Miller.
Next TV game on Channel 9 Monday night, a big confrontation. The Houston Rockets, the hottest club in the NBA right now, going for their 11th in a row tonight at home with New York. The Rockets come in for their only appearance of the year here. So that could be a couple of big streaks on the line then. Atlanta winning tonight at home against the Miami Heat. The Bulls have 4 timeouts and a 20 left in the half. Indiana with only 1 full timeout remaining. Bob Rosenberg celebrating number 50.
Yes, the Bulls scorer. Outstanding job he has done.
.205 left. He will celebrate number 1,000 in a few games. His 1,000th game scored here for the Bulls. Armstrong around a Jordan screen. The Bulls on the perimeter. Purdue out high. Jordan against Sanders. 10 to shoot. Okay, Michael. Stacey King trying to keep it alive and does to Armstrong, and BJ can't get the follow-up. Smits lost it out of bounds. The Bulls have it with 1:40 left in the third.
Now the Bulls hang on to the ball. Here comes Cliff Livingston. Stacey King. Good emotion by Stacey King out there, Jimmy. Here we go.
Jordan to make the inbounds. Dennis Hobson. Armstrong. This would be a big trip to score for the Bulls since they've had 3 cracks at it. Armstrong trapped in the corner. Almost lost it. Now it's Jordan against Sanders. 10 on the shot clock. Jordan guarded by Smits and Sanders. Doesn't matter. Tip, try Hobson. Hobson again. Rebound to Indiana.
Oh, they come away dry. They kept going at it, banging a technical foul on Will. Oh, man. He says, I didn't say nothing to him. But something happened down that end.
He was trying to rebound against Person, and he thought Person reached back and slapped him. So Reggie Miller shoots the technical. He's got a string of 8 in a row tonight, 9 straight. That's 26 points for him in the game.
The Bulls had all those efforts down there. They come away losing a point.
Yep. And now the Pacers with a chance at a 3-point play the hard way. Reggie Miller against Hobson. On off the ball, a foul on Livingston. What was that, Town? Cranky? Are the Bulls cranky?
That's the 5th foul. So Person, who split a pair of free throws,
has 8 points tonight.
Don't let him out of this box. The Bulls did this last night. They were up 14, 15 points, and they just fell asleep offensively.
Same thing has happened tonight. They had the 8-point lead, had the ball, couldn't score, and now the Pacers are back to within 6.
3-point play with that tee if he makes this one.
1:08 left to go in the third. 95-90. Michael Jordan guarded by Sanders. Armstrong takes up some slack, runs into a trap, but finds King.
Here they come.
Michael Williams runs into the wall out front. Here's Smits against Stacey King. Reggie Miller over Hobson. Count the 3. His 4th of the game. Pacers within 4. 40 seconds left. Michael Jordan doubled up. That leaves Hobson open. He goes to the hoop. Couldn't get it over Smits. Outlet to Miller. Stolen by Jordan. Now they'll play it for 1. Shot clock at 13. 2.5 difference.
Get in the corner. He wants him to get in the corner. Hobson.
Shot clock at 8. Jordan against Miller. Leaping leaner. Oh, bang! 3.3 left in the third. Reggie Miller trying to get free. His 45-footer off the back iron. After 3, the Bulls have extended out to a 6-point lead. 99-93.
We live in an ocean of air. Deprive us of it for a moment, and we suffer. Pollute it with poisons, and we sicken or die. The American Lung Association has long fought diseases of the lung, like asthma, lung cancer, and emphysema. Diseases that destroy our ability to breathe. But it'll take your support to keep our efforts from floundering. Won't you help keep them afloat? It's a matter of life and breath. The American Lung Association. When this guy steps on it, you better hold on. Looks like Rusty's back in town. The Miller Genuine Draft Rusty Wallace stock car. It's tearing up tracks everywhere.
Of all the airlines serving Chicago, which one will take Chicago business travelers in and out of O'Hare nearly 900 times today? Which one will fly them to the most destinations worldwide? Which one will take them to Europe with the most non-stops to the most cities? Which airline of all the airlines has grown to become the gateway to the world for Chicago business travelers? American Airlines. We mean business in Chicago.
Join the entire Bulls team when Charitables presents Festivals 91, April 22nd, 6 o'clock, Lou Malnati's Italian-style dinner. A lot of great sports memorabilia, all there for you. For more information, call the Bulls Community Services Department at 312-943-5800. Boy, Michael Jordan worked that clock beautifully, Redman.
Boy, he did. He got it down. He ducked between two guys, double clutches, double pumps off the glass and in. Bang. That was his 34th.
And the Bulls are up 6. Jordan out of the game. Armstrong with a short shot. Left it short. Livingston couldn't control, and Person comes out. A flip ahead of McLeod. George McLeod. And Will Perdue the rebound and a foul on Sanders.
Oh, you see some real fire in Will Perdue's eyes. He goes up hard for the rebound.
Second
Will
foul
up strong. He's had a tough time hanging on the ball in traffic, Jimmy, but he really goes up and gets this one, puts it away.
The Bulls with a chance to go up 8 this possession. Armstrong against Williams. Livingston swings to Perdue.
Big guy's a long time out front.
8 to shoot. Hobson goes backdoor to Pippen, and the ball hits up there and slices out of bounds.
That always scares me when Will and Cliff are out around the perimeter and the clock is under 10.
And a lot of quarters tonight over 30. The only quarter of the first for the Bulls at 29. Williams lowered the shoulder, went to the hoop, and draws the foul on B.J. Armstrong. Second foul on Armstrong. First team foul and sideline out of bounds. Williams one-on-one with Armstrong. Takes the shot. And a foul.
Well, they draw 2 fouls real quick. You don't want to do that in this period here. The Bulls less than a minute and 5 seconds gone in this quarter, and they got 2, and now he goes to the line to try to put a couple points on the board.
Good free throw shooter, 88%.
What?
That ends his string at 2 straight in the first half tonight. 10:55 left. 7 for Williams. The Bulls lead is 5. Scottie Pippen against Mike Sanders. Will Perdue out high against Smits. Pippen under pressure. Out of bounds to the Bulls.
Get a break again. They're not. They won't play Scottie real tight, and they close off that center seam. He's looking to bail it out on a pass. It's not there, and now here comes the other Williams, Ken Williams, in the game.
Chicago Stadium, where another sellout crowd on ahead, 174th consecutive. Watching the Bulls trying for their 26th win in a row on the home court. They lead it by 5, but a long way to go. 10:30. Dennis Hobson. Perdue against Smits. Lefty hook.
All right, Big Will.
First 2 points tonight for Perdue. The Bulls are up 7. Chuck Person against Pippen. Michael Williams guarded by Armstrong. Smits inside to Person. He gets clobbered. Chuck Person shoots 2. Cliff Livingston on the foul, and that's the 3rd team foul on the Bulls.
He had the 3 outside, wasn't there, and he came around the middle and got the pass underneath and got Will Perdue and Livingston up. Cliff picks up the foul, and Person 3 out of 4 from the stripe.
And he nails that one.
So the Bulls have 3 fouls on him in this quarter, Jim. 2 have been shooting fouls.
Person rattles that one in. 101 96. Pippen against pressure. Armstrong lost it. George McLeod the pickup. Kenny Williams walked
man! Run all over the floor.
Ron Garrettson standing right there watching it all the while. Whoa. Big break for the Pacers. They're within 3. Here's Pippen with the shot and foul.
Oh, Scotty with a big-time hoop. Gets a bump running across the lane. And now he's going to be joined by Jordan and Grant.
Kenny Williams on this drive-in. 1, 2, 1 bounce.
He took the 2 when he caught it. And he took it around the other side for the layup. So Scotty comes back. Gets shoved by McLeod and flips in a shot.
This would be a big free throw for Pippen. Will Perdue the rebound. Pippen from outside. All right. Scotty with 10. Bulls lead it by 7. McLeod guarded by Jordan. Michael almost a steal. McLeod a recovery. Smits to the hoop. Got fouled. Looked like no call. And now a loose ball foul going for the rebound. It's
Scotty.
on Pippen. That's his 5th. 4th team foul. 9:24 remaining.
Comes Cliff back in again real quick for Scotty.
Indiana again a chance to cut it to 5. Michael Williams against Armstrong.
Person wants a post.
They pop McLeod to the corner, and now they do go into Person in the post over Jordan, and Chuck Person draws the Pacers to within 5.
Sets it up beautifully. Just goes down, sets a deep screen, turns around, and he's got that post position.
Michael Jordan into Grant. Grant on the turn, a dish off to Perdue, and he's fouled going to the hoop. Technical foul. Who's it on?
Got to be Person.
Person kicked the ball into the stands.
He just kicked the ball into the stands.
He's been thrown out of the game.
You know what? He's going to kick it again.
He'll miss some games now.
Whoa.
Chuck Person, I'm sure, will miss a few games this week. Bill Oakes, the official, right in his face.
Oh, man. Roll. Security has their handful. I think he can only give them 2, can he?
It doesn't matter. He kicked the ball in the stands twice. Well, obviously showing up the officials. He's not only thrown out of this game, but it's going to cost him big money, and he might be suspended a game or 2.
Here's a foul as Will goes on in for the shot. He gets pushed out. And then he takes the ball and lets it fly at him.
Michael Jordan to shoot the technical. Now Reggie Miller back in. The Bulls lead by 6. Will Perdue on the line to shoot 2. 8:59 remaining. Will Perdue with 3 points in the ball game here in the 4th quarter. .8:59 left, and Perdue puts the Bulls up by 8. Michael Williams zigs and zags and finds George McLeod for 3. Follow up, Williams blocked, a foul. Kenny Williams shoots 2. The Bulls unable to get the defensive rebound. Horace Grant with his 3rd.
Kenny Williams not getting a big chance to play very often, but tonight he comes in.
Chuck Person had already kicked the ball into the stands, then it was thrown back out, so he kicks it again.
Well, I'll tell you what, Haley would have been proud of that drive.
Ken Williams hits it. 5 points for him. Craig Hodges coming in for the Bulls. It's a 7-point Chicago lead. LaSalle Thompson back in for Indiana. Livingston is out with Hodges in. Smits is out with LaSalle Thompson in. Ken Williams, a 68% free thrower, drills them both. The Bulls lead is 6. 8:45 remaining. Michael Jordan guarded by Miller. Hodges around Williams. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did he get 3?
No, a 2.
2.
The Bulls up 8 again. Williams with a wraparound move, and now it's McLeod against Jordan. Michael Williams to Miller. Kenny Williams to Thompson. 8 to shoot, and LaSalle does. Rebound to Purdue. He tries to save and does off the leg of McLeod.
He didn't have to grab that ball, and as he was going out, he said, I'll take that play. Threw it back in under their basket, which is not a real good thing to do. But as it's going out of bounds, he throws it in, and it goes right off of McLeod's leg and out of bounds. That almost hit him on the carom, and it would have been out of bounds again for them.
Yep.
So Will laces it in here to Michael.
So again, the Bulls with a chance to go up 10. 8:05 left. Jordan against McLeod. Has the ball knocked away, but to Grant. A pitch out to Hodges. Book for 3. It's an 11-point lead for the Bulls with 7:50 remaining. Now it's the Bulls screwing it down defensively. Underneath McLeod, and just as I say it, they get the layup. McLeod with his first basket.
He had Hodges down low, and they just flipped it over the top for the easy layup.
Hodges carried the ball.
Yep, right in the passing lane. He wanted to flip it out to BJ, and Michael Williams just stepped right out in there.
LaSalle Thompson, McLeod. Michael Williams with 15 to shoot. Williams gets fouled as he got to the baseline. It's on Armstrong.
A little pick and roll. Now you might want to step behind the screen. I don't know if Michael Williams can shoot that well from the outside.
Let's hope John Paxson's hands haven't cooled off. He's ready to come back for the Bulls, who lead by 9. Pax with 4 threes in the first half tonight. Michael Williams is 4 out of 5 from the free throw line. 8 points scored. The Bulls lead is 8. 7:16 left.
25 out of 27 from the free throw line for them.
Williams draws the Pacers to within 7 after the Bulls had gone up 11. Long up court pass Jordan to Paxson. Will Purdue was wide open under the basket. They were unable to get it to him. Now the pass into Grant, and an offensive foul on Horace. That's his 4th.
Well, the Bulls get it up in a lead, and they can't hang on here.
This game running along about like last night's game in Philadelphia, where the Bulls started to fritter it away at about the 6-minute mark.
Here comes
screen roll again. Williams gets inside. Threw it up, and Purdue cleans it out of there.
Way behind that screen.
Craig Hodges outside against McLeod. 12 on the shot clock. Paxson guarded by Williams. Around a Purdue screen. They double on Pax. 4 on the clock. Will Purdue on the bailout shot. Horace Grant the rebound. Out to Paxson. Michael Jordan has it out front, guarded by McLeod. 12 to shoot. Jordan underneath to Grant, and a foul. Horace shoots 2. A timeout taken by the Bulls. And we'll be back to the stadium after these messages.
The deadly grip of drug addiction enslaved Lewis for years, until one evening while watching Success in Life. A man who didn't even know Lewis spoke an incredible message of power. That night, Lewis was freed from that deadly habit. How did this man know about Lewis's drug problem? Watch Success in Life, where the supernatural is only natural.
Join us for Success in Life, weekday mornings at 6 on WGN.
My dad was in the union, worked his fingers to the bone to give us all a better life, a place to call our own. Never asked for recognition, but thanks are overdue. By that man a Miller beer, the bells come shining through. By that man a Miller.
If you have one of these, or any of these, you'd better protect them with one of these. The SL Weber 7 outlet strip from True Value hardware stores turns one receptacle into 7 grounded outlets with built-in surge and noise protection. Take home this SL Weber outlet strip for only $7.66 while supplies last during March at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Well, tonight, the favorite sound in the stadium has been the toot of the official's whistle, Johnny Reds.
Yes, it has. Look at this. Shrimp ejected in the second quarter, Person ejected in the fourth, Dreiling and Thompson with 4, Pippen 5, Grant and Armstrong with 4.
And a long way to go. 6:11 remaining, and Horace Grant on the line to shoot 2. Hasn't appeared on the free throw line tonight, a 68% free thrower.
They're 27 out of 29, Jim. The Bulls are 23 out of 28, and the 9 o'clock news follows this game.
Horace delivers. They call that foul on LaSalle Thompson. That's his 4th. The Pacers with 4 team fouls.
So the first 50 were maybe the easiest, eh? Could ask Phil about that first 100.
8 points for Grant. The Bulls' lead is 9. Their biggest has been 11.
Step behind the screen.
And Miller spots up for another 3. That's 5 for Reggie Miller in the game.
I would rather have the guy shooting behind the screen and letting him break it down. But that's me.
Here's Horace Grant, leaves it for Paxson. He's been on fire from three-point range, but that was in the first half. Pax with 6 on the clock, trying to break it down. Horace Grant, quick move to the hoop, just does get it away in time. 117 to 109 Bulls. George McLeod off to Thompson, runs into Purdue, and they snuff him, and then Thompson, with a frustration foul, picks up his 5th. They're over the limit.
Thompson took it in strong to the hoop. Well, I don't know if he looked like he got all he could handle in there. Looks like he got fouled going to the hoop, but Will Purdue comes out as Thompson picks up the 5th.
I tell you what, Reds, this game reminds me of some of the hockey games being played in here lately. Purdue hits the free throw.
Dreiling back in now for LaSalle Thompson.
Rick Smits back in the lineup for Indiana. And Purdue hits them both. A 10-point lead off the inbounds. The Bulls deflect it away. 5:18 left. The Bulls, who have done so well defensively all season, tonight have had to call on the offense. So far, they've just outscored Indiana. Williams gets underneath to Kenny Williams, and he missed the dunk but drew the foul. Will Purdue with his first. And Kenny Williams on the line.
Ken Williams has come in, got a couple hoops, a couple free throws in this game, went up for the stuff, ranged it out.
April 10th, these two teams play in Market Square. And of course, should the Pacers lose this one, they will now have their dressing room stoked with various remembrances from their last visit to the stadium. Michael Jordan up court with a 9-point lead for the Bulls. Jordan against McLeod. Michael Jordan, 37.
Remember, Reggie got 40 against him at his home. Michael wants to return the favor.
Bulls doing some job defensively, jump switching now, and the Pacers do get the Bulls into an illegal defense set. Michael Jordan, the guilty party. Indiana with the ball at 4:38 left. 121-110. The Bulls in front. The inbounds to Smits. Now Michael Williams on the cut. Gets chased out. Rick Smits against Grant. And Will Perdue the rebound. Michael Jordan brings it up. 4:20 left. Jordan against Miller. Good scoop to Perdue. Hodges for 3.
3 seconds.
That's the deal.
Yep. He couldn't get out.
Violation.
Michael slid. He couldn't get out. He went in. He slid as he hung that ball out to Will. Here comes Scottie Pippen back in for Craig Hodges. Hodges leaves with a couple threes. Fireworks galore here tonight.
Reggie Miller runs the show this trip for the Pacers, who trail by 11. Smith sets the pick. Jordan slides through. McLeod against Pippen. Smith's over Perdue. John Paxson clears the rebound.
Well, JR would have been proud of that rebound. Hey, Dad, way to get up with those big guys.
Jordan out front against Miller. Jordan down the lane, a foul on Miller. No basket, a foul before the shot. He'll shoot 2 anyway. Miller with his second.
He's taking some time off the clock. I thought he wanted to go left, and he's hand checked here. Michael continues on with the shot, but it doesn't count, so he'll shoot 2 free throws.
By the way,
yes,
Michael Williams was illegal defensively on that play. He was below the foul line with Paxson out beyond the 3-point strike. But if the Bulls come away with a couple free throws here, it don't matter none. MJ with 8 in a row. He's got 38 points in the game. And the Bulls have their biggest lead with 3:37 left.
Remember, Scotty has had 43 in a game this year.
Yep. .39 for Jordan. Timeout, Indiana. 3:37 remaining. Michael Jordan encouraging the crowd to get into the game as the Bulls walk off this timeout, leading by 13. 123-110.
When it feels like Chicago. You know it's Chicago's very own 9 o'clock news. We know Chicago.
Spots is the very best buddy. Spots is ready to play. In Sunday Chicago Tribune, he makes it our favorite day. Spots has games and puzzles, plenty to play and do. So honey, won't you pick up spots for us in the Sunday Chicago Tribune? Comic section, the Sunday Chicago Tribune.
Right now, your Ford dealer is offering some of the biggest incentives ever. Save up to $3,500 on Ford Escort and Ranger. That's right. Get up to a $1,500 cash bonus, plus save almost $2,000 on options when you buy this Ford Ranger. That's up to $3,500. Plus save up to $1,744 on the all-new Ford Escort. If you've been waiting to buy a new car or truck, take advantage of your Ford dealer's biggest savings of the year and save up to $3,500 on a new Ford. This offer ends April 10th. Don't miss out.
3:37 for the game. The Pacers have just used their final timeout. The Bulls lead it by 13. It's Michael's house. And he encouraged the fans to get into the contest here.
Yes, sir.
Make it a home court advantage the rest of the way. Michael Williams against Paxson. Reggie Miller, and he has no room at the stripe. Michael Jordan on him. Miller with a 3 try, and Jordan gets him on the arm. That's his 4th.
He did. He got him on the elbow, and he just reloaded. He's got 5 threes.
32 points in the game. 9 straight at the free throw line. Reggie Miller with 33. Averages 22.5.
Dynamite on the free throw line. Only missed 2.
Draws his club to within 11. Jordan brings it up. Half-court trap by the Pacers. It's Paxson out front against Michael Williams. Now Scottie Pippen off the drive. Tip try Grant. Will Perdue.
There's Will. His 9th rebound. Up and in.
8 fourth-quarter points for Purdue. The Bulls lead by 13. Michael Williams. Nice wraparound pass. Kenny Williams is fouled. He'll shoot 2. Will Perdue on the foul. Ken Williams, 7 points in the game, 3 of 4 free throwing. 2:53 left.
Hey, that's their 3rd miss. They've been drilling them from the free throw line.
Williams, one more shot. 125-112 Bulls. And now it's a 12-point lead for the Bulls with 2:50 left. Again, the half-court trap by Indiana. Will Perdue out to Pippen. Oh, they got Pax spotted up, and now Indiana covers.
Illegal. They're looking illegal.
8 on the shot clock. Perdue on a follow. Jordan Grant. Yes, Horace. That time it stayed put. The Bulls lead by 14. George McLeod for 3. Rebound Jordan. 2:18 remaining. So the Bulls will push their home court winning streak to 26. This is 10 straight victories against Indiana on the home court. 10 on the shot clock. John Paxson for 3. 5.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh.
130-113. So again, it's going to turn into a Chicago rout on the home court. Ken Williams into Smits. Horace Grant clears it out. And Scottie Pippen brings it up. Indiana gets the moral victory that they competed after ejection in the first half of Detlef Schrempf. Pax for 3.
Another one. Yo, 6.
It's a 20-point lead for the Bulls. Williams silences the crowd. Schrempf thrown out in the first half.
They're going to try to get
in the
Pax
second
another
half.
one.
I hope that would tie Michael's record last year.
He'll break it down and kick it out.
Jordan double teamed underneath Pippen, and
Travel.
Scotty Walk coming across. And now Scott Williams to come in.
Horace Grant leaves.
Well, Indiana will not lose any ground to the Knicks. They are losing tonight in Houston. Reggie Miller against Jordan. McLeod to the hoop. Gets clobbered. Bulls save it in play. No foul called. Here comes Pax looking for 7. Scott Williams takes it. Ken Williams the rebound. George McLeod behind the back move. Purdue snaps the rebound away, but it's stolen by McLeod, and he walked. Let's get Pax number 7.
Yeah.
He's got 25 points tonight. He's just one off of his season high, 26. If he hits the 3, it would give him a career high.
64 out of the backcourt.
Purdue to Williams. Scotty missed the half hook. Smith's the rebound. Up court, Michael Williams. Stumbles into the corner and lobs it to Kenny Williams for the tip. 22 seconds left. I don't know if the Bulls are aware that Pax could tie the record. Michael points to him. Pax delivers. Oh. Smith saves it in play to Miller. Up court they come to Michael Williams. He's got the layup. So the Bulls have won their 26th in a row. And they win it going away from the Indiana Pacers tonight. Right back up on the winning track after losing last night. And John Paxson's three-point assault highlighted this Bulls victory. Miller is proud to donate $500 to charitables for tonight's Bulls win. We'll return to Chicago Stadium and recap a wild one after these messages.